Kaspa, with the ticker CAS, is launching on Altcoin Trader. What? When? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in this morning's video. Good morning, everybody. Now, before we talk about the what, let's address the when. Kaspa is launching on Altcoin Trader on the 6th of December 2023. That is next week, Wednesday. But as always, we will be opening deposits before that. So if you want to have CAS in your Altcoin Trader account before the 6th when trading starts so that you can sell, we will be opening deposits on Monday, the 4th of December 2023. That gives you 2 days before the listing to get your CAS in. But you don't have to make a deposit. Of course, if you just want to simply buy it on the day of listing, that will be something that you can definitely do. Okay, now that we've dealt with the when, let's talk about the what. What is CASP? What is it trying to solve? And let's get a little bit more information about this coin. Okay, let's take a little walk down cryptocurrency history. Let's understand what happened historically, and that will bring us to a clearer understanding of what Kaspa is trying to solve. Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of Bitcoin, had a vision, and his vision was to create a peer-to-peer electronic cash. And that is why he invented Bitcoin way back in 2009. Now, Bitcoin has morphed into something a little bit more complex than that. Bitcoin, to keep this simple, has basically morphed into digital gold. So Bitcoin is not really practical as a peer-to-peer electronic cash. Yeah, sure, if you're going to buy sports cars or houses or bigger ticket items, Bitcoin can be used very effectively for those type of purchases. But if you want to buy groceries or a cup of coffee, can Bitcoin really solve that problem? Well, no, because you see, Bitcoin has block times in the blockchain of more or less 10 minutes. So if you were to go to a coffee shop and buy a coffee, you would have to wait at least 10 minutes before that transaction is confirmed, before the transaction is brought to finality. And that is not practical. And with bigger items on the blockchain of Bitcoin, it is suggested that you wait as long as 6 transactions or an hour. And in this day and age, we certainly don't have time, certainly don't have 10 minutes to wait before we can drink our coffee. The coffee would be cold. So back, and we're going to continue with the history. Back in, I can't remember exactly the time, but between 2016 and 2018, for argument's sake, we had guys like Roger Ver, who was called Bitcoin Jesus, and Craig Wright, who came out and told everyone that he was in fact Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, a lot of the crypto community didn't believe that, but that's besides the point. They identified the problem that Bitcoin was tending more to digital gold, more to a store of value, something that would combat inflation, a deflationary currency. And it wasn't practical to be used as day-to-day electronic cash or peer-to-peer electronic cash. So a big argument ensued, and we found Bitcoin forking. Roger Ver, Craig Wright, they wanted to go more in the line of Satoshi's vision, making Bitcoin a practical use case for peer-to-peer electronic cash or digital money. So Craig Wright even going as far as naming his project, because he forked Bitcoin, so did Roger Ver, he forked it into BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision. And they were making blocks bigger, trying to solve the problem where we could have quick finality on transactions. Roger Ver went and made Bitcoin Cash. Now, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi Vision are forks of Bitcoin which are available on Altcoin Trader to this day. And they didn't quite solve the problem of peer-to-peer digital cash. So along comes Kaspa. Now, Kaspa have tried to solve that problem. So remember we said the Bitcoin block time was 10 minutes. The CASP block time, wait for it, is 1 second. So what they've done is they've created, it's not quite a blockchain, it's a block DAG. And I'll get into that a little bit later in this video. But they've created decentralized proof of work cryptocurrency that is more suitable for peer-to-peer electronic cash. Or so they claim. So the block time for Kaspa is 1 second, guys, 1 second, and that is arguably faster than Visa or Master. They say, yeah, Kaspa is the fastest open source, decentralized, and fully stable layer 1 in the world. Okay, maybe they are. Look, I would probably argue that Solana might be faster, but we're talking about 1 second or fractions of a second, so we're basically splitting hairs. But the point is that it is extremely scalable and extremely fast. And if Kaspa takes off, it could potentially solve the problem of peer-to-peer electronic cash. Instant microtransactions over the internet. Let's look at a couple of other things. So this was, there was a fair launch. That's very important. In other words, the founders didn't get a huge amount of coins. It was a fair launch mined. Whoever mined the coins got it. I like that because that will save us of people just dumping huge amounts. We know that the coins are distributed. Okay, it's proof of work. A lot of people like proof of work. Proof of work is something that makes the network extremely secure. Block time, 1 second, as we mentioned earlier. The market cap. So let's just talk about the tokenomics of this coin. That's very important. Kaspa has 28 billion coins that will eventually be the ceiling, the total amount of coins that will be out there. Currently, we over 80% of the coins there. We're at 21 odd billion. So as you can see, most of the coins are mined. There's still a fair amount of coins to be mined. Potentially mining could be an option to look at with this coin. But the main thing to take away here is that this project is very well established and it works to solve the problem that it claims it solves. Let's talk about a blockchain and a block DAG and quickly understand the difference. Bitcoin has a blockchain and it works linear. In other words, one block, the next block, the next block, and you can't have, if there's an orphan block, it often gets discarded. And if the chain splits, it will find the most popular chain, and any orphan blocks are not regarded. And those transactions are essentially not in the blockchain and probably reversed. Well, they are reversed because they never exist. Now with Kaspa, they have a block DAO. So that allows, and as we can see it here on the screen, that allows blocks to be created in parallel. Here we can only see 2, but it can be multiple blocks created in parallel. And those blocks are orphan blocks, but they're not because they are brought into consensus. In other words, parallel blocks can be made and they will all form part of the block DAO. So all of those transactions will be valid. Now, the main thing behind this is this allows for huge scalability. It allows blocks to be formed and the blocks come into consensus and those transactions are valid. This graphic representation really explains it quite well and it's really nice to look at. So with that in mind, it has the potential to allow us to do microtransactions at the speed of Visa and Master, arguably faster, and it will be huge when things like AI come out, when people are using this peer-to-peer electronic cash. Very, very positive, and some of the things that have got us excited about Kaspa and got us to list Kaspa on Altcoin Trader. 1 or 2 more pros is Kaspa has a very strong community. A lot of people are very, very bullish on this coin. It is absolutely blown up. Another thing, that in the bear market, Kaspa didn't seem to notice that it was a bear market. This coin continued to pump while everything else was going down. Days of red for most other crypto and tokens, when Kaspa just has gone up dramatically over the last year. Now, I'm going to allow you to do that research just to understand how much it's gone up. Another thing that is really noteworthy is that Kaspa has risen up to 27th position on CoinMarketCap. Guys, what we need to understand here is that there's over 20,000 different cryptocurrencies, and that number grows every day. So there's a huge amount. So anything in the top 100, top 50 is certainly a coin that is doing very well and that people should take, stand up and pay attention to. We can see that it's currently trading at 13 US cents. So when it lists on Altcoin Trader on the 6th of December, we're expecting it to trade somewhere between 2 Rand and 3 Rand. Guys, just always check back to the international prices to make sure that you are paying a reasonable price for this coin. We are very excited about Kaspa listing on Altcoin Trader. I think that it is a solid project that has huge potential, especially if it gets adopted as peer-to-peer electronic currency. And certainly I think that the community is strong enough for at least a huge portion of the crypto community to adopt it. Some of the cons, guys, as I mentioned earlier, there's over 20,000 cryptocurrencies, and projects like this sometimes just get lost in the sheer volume of crypto, and they could possibly never take off. So that's something to consider, that's something to be concerned about. But in Kaspa's defense, it has risen up to the top 50 coins on CoinMarketCap, so it certainly is gaining ground. Let me know in the comments below if you think that this coin is a coin that has huge potential and we're going to see huge gains. Let me know if you think that it is a coin that is already pumped and it is due for a drawback. Another thing that you guys have always asked us in the comments, and the community has always said to us, please, Altcoin Trader, list coins before they go to the main exchanges. And this is what we're trying to do. We are very early to the Kaspa party. Altcoin Trader is one of the few exchanges that is listing it. Look, there is a handful of exchanges, but it is out. It is going to be listed on a local South African exchange before it hits the mainstream, the Binances, the Coinbases, and so on. So here is an opportunity to get in early, to get in on the ground level if you believe that this project is great. Guys, I asked you all to guess in the comments of the previous video, and a lot of you got it right. Congratulations to everyone that guessed Kaspa. That also gives us a clear indication of what you want as a community, what you want listed on Altcoin Trader. We are here to listen to our South African community, guys. Always bear that in mind. And then finally, I would ask you to please subscribe to my channel. Next year, we are going to have insane giveaways. And if you're not subscribed, you might be sorry. That's it from me, guys. I'm out.